So we are here again at the Real Estate Chase Podcast Show. This is episode 3. Episode 1 and 2 was amazing. Tonight is going to be great again. We have to my left, Cosette. To my right, you can introduce yourself.
I'm Terria Galvez.
Hey.
Hey.
And we also have the pink tree.
Yes,
we have a beautiful pink tree behind her tonight. And we love you.
Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you.
I thank you for joining us tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be a Beautimus
Yes.
episode.
If Beautimus was a word, I think that would be the
Beautimus
word.
is the word.
Beautimus is
Chase
the word.
always has a word.
I have a word.
That doesn't exist.
That doesn't exist. That is right.
Charcuterie.
Yes. Last episode, check it out. Yes, Beautimus. Yes. So let's just start off. How was your day? Because I know I kind of know the background.
I could go a while on my day, but I woke up in DC.
Okay. I love DC.
Yep. Yeah, great town, great area. Woke up in DC and went to leadership training yesterday and today.
Okay.
Drove back to get here tonight. But yeah, the Keller Williams training goes all the way to the top.
So,
I was in school today.
So you pulling like 20 hours right now.
I am tired, y'all. I'm tired.
So Terria, how about your day?
I'll tell you the peak and the pit. So the peak was
The peak and the pit.
I like that.
I like that too.
stole it from the Kardashians. The peak was I put a $500,000 home under contract.
Ring the
Which is
bell.
my highest
Ring the bell.
ever.
There you go.
Yet. Correct. And the pit was one of my clients who's supposed to close next week. Loan didn't go through. So back to the drawing board with her. But it's a part of the real estate life.
That is
true.
Yep.
And we're definitely
real estate
going.
chase.
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna talk about that too. But I'm gonna talk about my day. Okay.
Let's talk about you, Chase.
My day was amazing today, guys. Very amazing. Let me tell you why it was amazing, right? And this is why, hopefully the network told me to stop getting so emotional up here. But my day was so amazing because one of my best friends closed on a house today.
I saw that.
Yes,
Nice.
and they used me. Like, I remember we was
Greatest compliment.
we was in 6th grade together. Like,
Wow.
it's just one of those moments like, yo, this is why I do it. Like, just to see us grow up together. I remember sleeping over at his house, at his mom's house, and he was actually the first person in his family to purchase a house.
Nice.
So
That's
my
great.
day was amazing. Like, just seeing that, and then seeing his daughter didn't even want to go to school today. His daughter plays sick.
Aw.
She said, "I want to see my house."
Heck yeah.
That's all she kept saying all day today. I want to see my house.
That's a big deal.
And just to see them at the closing table together, him in her lap, and I don't even think they realize it, but I realized, like, he's creating a legacy.
Yep.
And as we all know, like, we provide shelter for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And even with new construction, like I was telling him, I said, listen, you don't even know what you did. Like, you got a house built from the ground up.
Yep.
You may not stay in the house forever, but you may sell that house, and then that house, someone else may buy and turn that house into their home. Mm-hmm. You're creating shelter. So that was
nice.
my day was amazing.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to piggyback on that because what you said was very important. It's a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a lifetime relationship, and that's what we do in real estate. And ironically, I got a text yesterday while I was up in training in DC from somebody I went to high school with.
Wow.
And he reached out like, hey, I own a chimney company. I want to talk about, chimneys and fireplaces and how can we bring this together? And I was like, hey, we deal with that with every single transaction. Part of a home involves some sort of chimney or fireplace. And so I got team meetings, I got vendor fairs, I got sponsorship. And so we're meeting next week and we haven't seen each other in years, but it's a high school relationship.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing and gratifying where you can do this in life and the universe brings you back together and new doors open and new relationships are built and it's the law of reciprocity.
Right.
That's what I love. Let me scratch your back and you scratch mine. but not out of selfish purpose, out of you have a skill and I have a skill. Right. How do we put those together?
Yep.
You need shelter and I got a license to give you shelter.
Right. Right. And I'm going to piggyback off your piggyback.
Ooh, we piggybacking
tonight. Triple piggyback.
I got a lead on Zillow. It was an email from somebody who I used to bowl with back in Boston.
You bowl?
Haven't seen my whole
and
family
you lived
bowl.
In Boston.
You don't look like you bowl.
We are opening up
my
a whole
family was
tonight.
on a bowling league from the time I was probably 9 to about 14.
What's your highest score?
Oh, perfect score. Perfect score, baby. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
We're going
Oh, we were
bowling.
beasting. Yeah.
It's my new partner.
But he contacted me not on Facebook, not on email, not my phone number, which is public on my page, on Zillow of all places, which I don't buy leads, FYI.
She don't buy leads, people.
Because she don't have to. That's why.
It was just crazy because I haven't seen or heard from him since I was probably about 14. He closed on his house last week from Boston. I sent him an agent up there, and the rest is history. It's like, it's just
nice,
crazy how it all comes around. To happen. Yeah,
relationships.
Yep.
So since we piggybacking off of piggybacking, I'm gonna piggyback too off of everything you just said.
Okay.
So first, okay, you say you don't buy leads, and you and I was talking about relationships that we had in high school and everything. I look at your Instagram all the time, right? Mm-hmm. Best dressed realtor, right? Mm-hmm. Now, how do you build a relationship with people that you don't even know? Now, I can tell that you have a very, very tight relationship with your Instagram followers, and you don't even know them.
Facts.
And you don't buy leads. Like, I'm not just saying that to say that, but I watch I'm nosy. Sometimes I can just sit for 2 hours and just look at people's Instagram, and I can tell like who really cares and if their followers really support them. And your followers really support you, and that's my piggyback off of y'all piggyback. Mm-hmm. So how do you build that tight, like that really, really tight relationship? I want to express how tight it is because I have tight relationships with people, with my Instagram followers, but it's like you invite them to your house, you have cookouts. It's more than just tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a chase word for it. I couldn't make one up.
Well, it's something that honestly it can't be faked. It's just me being genuine.
Okay.
I'm a people person. Like, I like to party. I like to build relationships. I like to meet new people. I like to talk to strangers in the line at Walmart. Like, I'm just that person. Like today I was at Wawa pumping gas, struck up a conversation with a gentleman who's pumping his gas. Like, we literally sat there. My gas had been pumped. His gas had been pumped. But we continued the conversation. It's just me being me.
Okay.
See, and that's why real estate is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
We just had career night tonight, and we were talking about that. It's not a 9 to 5.
Right.
It's not a suit you put on, a hat you put on. It is your entire being, and you don't clock in or clock out. 1 in 5 American adults last year was involved in a real estate transaction. So 1 in every 5 people you meet is buying real estate this year. Mm-hmm. So the gas station, the grocery store, TJ Maxx, it doesn't matter. But it becomes who you are.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I will put a back on your piggy and tell you, I can't tell you how many times I've done a recruiting appointment or, somebody's come and met with me to inquire about Keller Williams. And we walk past this wall right here, and you guys, the audience can't see, but down this hallway was the Agent Leadership Council. And Terria, last year, gave her time to serve on our Leadership Council.
She did.
And she was a huge contributor to that. And she's grown her business. And I would walk past this hall, and people would be like, I know her. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And they follow her on. They follow her on Instagram,
and that's how they know me.
But when they say I know her, it's not. Oh, I've seen her before. Mm-hmm. They say I know her.
And I'm gonna piggyback off your piggyback.
Give my piggyback.
even though the title of this show was called Pink Tree, it should be called Piggyback, because let me piggyback off your piggyback. Since we're talking about you just had career night, right? And this is a true story. I promise on everything, this is a true story. I'm in career night trying to build my downline, and you wasn't there. You can't. You wasn't in career night. You was here though.
Okay.
And you were working, grinding like you was. I'm in career night talking to someone, just giving them the spiel. Hey, you should, Keller Williams is a place to be. Not just saying that, but I love it here.
Believe in it.
I believe in it. This, that, and third. Giving her the spiel. She's like, okay, what's your name? I was like, my name's Chase. This, that, and the third. Promise everything I love. She walked past the door. Oh my God! She looks at me. She said, "Hey, is that best dressed realtor?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's right." She's like, "Can you get her for me?
Can I get her autograph?"
And then I was like, "Okay, I get her, got her in there." She was about to leave. I think she was about to leave the office, and then all of a sudden, you guys just had a big, had a big conversation, and like you said, to piggyback off your piggyback. They really, truly love her and know her. And I was just like, I was kind of salty, but, because the real estate
you'll get there soon. You're on your way.
It was just like, I'm like, Terria just walked past and I'm like, we was deep in conversation and it was just like, I guess it was a glance.
Squirrel?
And, right. And it was just like, yo, I gotta talk to her. So,
yes, we have a celebrity in the house.
So we do have a celebrity. I'm gonna step on that one. See, I was gonna go somewhere else with it. Let's talk about the HGTV.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah,
celebrity.
I was
ring the bell.
I have a lot of stories. I'm glad you're on episode 3 because I have a lot of stories. Before I came to Keller Williams. I seen you on HGTV. I'm like, okay. Like, seeing it, then I was like, okay, she's in the Chesapeake office. Shout out to Keller Williams, Coastal Virginia. Let me ring the bell on that one.
Ring the bell.
So I'm like, I don't watch HGTV a lot, but every time I did watch it or turn to it, I promise your episode was on. I was like, okay, I see her doing her thing. Then I went to a family reunion.
Is that where we met?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. And here's another salty moment, but we're on the real estate chest. We're just going to get it all out tonight. It was like, I was starstruck too.
My goodness.
I was in New Orleans. I was like, oh my gosh, she's here too. I'm on her Instagram, right? Hey, what class are you in?
You did message me that.
I did. I promise I did. I was like, what class are you? Because I'm brand new to Keller Williams.
You were my guest.
Yeah, I was your guest.
You hadn't signed up yet.
I didn't even sign up yet. I didn't know nothing about Keller Williams, but I seen her. I followed her on Instagram, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's here. I need to meet her.
Can I get an autograph?
Can I get an autograph? I need to meet her. So I messaged her. I said, hey, what class are you going to next? It is too much to text right now, this, that, and third. I was like, I'm here. And then when she realized I was here, she's like, oh, okay.
Right.
I'm going to DM you my class schedule. And I promise, it was all love. Yeah. I was like, it was amazing. So, yeah, you talk about your Instagram. Talk about how did you come up with the name. We're not even going in the order of the show right now.
I mean, here's my thing. I'm very creative.
Okay.
So before I was Best Dressed Realtor, I was a makeup artist.
Okay.
That Instagram name was Girl Born Gorgeous. I don't know how I come up. I don't know how I come up with this stuff. I just do.
And can you include where Best Dressed started? Because it didn't start in real estate.
Of course not. So flipping back through a yearbook, and I think I posted it.
Yes, you did.
On Facebook one time. I was best dressed in my class.
So at what age?
This was like 7th grade.
There you go.
Wow.
Back in the day.
Now I'm gonna let you finish your story. I can touch on that. Every time I came to the office, like I promised, it was like she had on her I don't even want to say Sunday's best because it was like she had her Easter Sundays best every time I seen her. Like, well, okay, yellow heels, white skirt. Okay, I see you. That's why your name was your name. But it's just like
what I like is like this hallway right here. She works on that side of the building. I work on this side of the building, and we like catch each other, and we do one of these like. Hold on. Pause.
Right.
I need to scan head to toe. I see the shoes. I see the dress. I see the outfit, the hair, the makeup. Okay, cool. And it's a nonverbal. Her and I have like this nonverbal. Like, all right, go on about your business. Mm-hmm. I just need to look at you for a minute. Observe.
So how did you said you used to do? You was a makeup artist.
Yes.
So how did you, and why did you switch careers?
Okay, so I've always wanted to be a real estate agent since I was probably 20 or 21 when I saw Lisa Ray on a show, and she was a real estate agent, and she was fly all the time, and she didn't work, but she made money. I was like, that's interesting. And then I saw another girl on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Lisa Wu, I think her name was, and she was always fly. And it looked like she never worked, but she had a lot of money. So just those two ladies right there inspired me back
Purpose
in the day.
Purpose and why. I got it.
No, honestly, this is an honest, I'm being completely 100.
Make money without working.
You got to be honest on this show.
But being fly.
Can't leave that part
First,
out. Be fly.
Yes, be fly. Make money and not work. I said, oh, that sounds like something I need to be doing with my life. And when my daughter went to school, because I was a stay-at-home mom as well as a makeup artist, that freed up a lot of time for me. So I said, well, something that I always wanted to do. And real estate was it.
And now. You definitely mentioned your daughter, and I always see, even on the HGTV show, I seen you had your daughter in there.
I had to get her in there.
Yeah, and you always bring your daughter to the office. What does that mean to you as being a mother and being a real estate agent, as in showing her that you a boss lady, a business owner?
It's getting deep on you.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to you? Like
setting an example.
It means a lot because my mother was an entrepreneur. Okay. So me watching her be an entrepreneur, not working for anybody else, motivated me to do the same. So I'm hopefully doing the same thing for my daughter.
What is the pink tree? Because I'm looking at it while I'm listening to you.
So,
what does this pink tree mean?
Pink tree came about.
Let me ring the bell, because when I seen the pink tree on Instagram, I promise I watch your Instagram all the time. Mm-hmm. I was like, ugh, that was a good one. And you remember I DM'd you that? I was like, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Tell me about the pink tree, because you can just see pink trees all in everybody's yard and everything. That is a dope.
No, I love it.
Concept.
So pink, if you don't know, my favorite color is pink. A lot of the times you see me rocking different shades of pink. I love the way it looks on my skin tone.
Okay.
To be 100. I love the way it looks on my skin tone. And then tree for the tree of life. So which has numerous meanings, and I just kind of put the two together and went with it. Like I said, I'm very creative.
That is very creative.
Yeah.
Can I give a clarification to the pink tree?
Sure. Get your piggyback on.
I'm gonna get my piggyback on. At Keller Williams, one of the beautiful parts, right? So I came to Keller Williams after being licensed for 13 years, and I would not go to a company that treats me like an employee, right? I'd already run companies. I had run businesses, my real estate business, entrepreneurship, right? Mm-hmm. So here I'm going to tie in our career night tonight. We're talking about, I don't want the 80%. Right. I want the 20%, the people that are business-minded, business owners. Keller Williams has such a high purpose, it's lost on a lot of people. Okay, I recruit for a living, okay? And a lot of people can't see past today, tomorrow, right? They're chasing the dollar today. And let me tell you, if you're chasing the dollar today, you're missing out on tomorrow and the next day and the next day. The vision, the goal, the legacy. That's what you're missing out on. The legacy. So Keller Williams, while we're beautiful in black and white and red, my favorite colors, probably the second reason I joined the company, you're pink. Mm-hmm. And you're rocking the hat, the KW bling. We're going to talk about that cap. Mm-hmm. That cap means something. We're going to talk about that in a
cap
minute.
means a lot.
That cap cost, that price tag on that cap is
that cap means a lot.
right. But we're going to talk about the pink first. We are agent centric. We allow our agents to brand themselves. You are building your business, not ours, but together it's a win-win.
Definitely.
And that is what's so important. And I remember, and you remember, the first time we met.
Yep.
The first time we sat down. And you're like, I'm going to do this thing. Like, I'm going to knock it out of the park. I'm going to do it. And you looked at me with such conviction, like, I got this.
Yep.
And I remember, like, most of the agents I meet are like a deer in headlights. If they're brand new license, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know how to write a contract. By the way, if you go to real estate school, they don't teach you anything. You have no idea how to write contracts, no idea how to run a real estate business. But this girl was like, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to knock it out of the park. And you have. And what I find is very, very important, I meet a lot of leadership and managers that don't know their people. They don't know their people. And I pride myself. I want to make sure that I know every agent in our office, right? Because when you come into real estate, you're coming from a different world and you're entering a new world. And real estate becomes a lifestyle.
Yep.
It's not a 9 to 5. It's way past 5.
Yes.
I woke up in DC.
Yes.
Like, it is a life, right? But this is her life. And her life is pink, and it glitters, and it sparkles, and it pops, and it's beautiful, right? Because you are building your business. It's under the umbrella of Keller Williams, but you're allowed to brand yourself and be your own business owner. And we are agent-centric. We come to work every day to work for you and build your name. And through that, the company builds.
Right.
So you have to remove your pride in yourself. And just like in your business, your customers, your clients, they know you.
Yep. They know my pink
They're
post.
yours.
Like,
you don't have to
when I put
compete
that
for
out,
them.
oh my goodness.
They're yours.
Yeah.
You're not paying Zillow
Right.
for leads.
She's not paying Zillow, people.
I'm not paying anybody for leads.
No.
That is
That's the way to do it. I don't care if you're in real estate or cutting lawns or cutting hair or doing makeup. It's all about a database. And you can't have a database if it's not people that you love on and they love on you back.
Exactly.
Can I piggyback off her piggyback?
Pink, we got pink. I need pink pigs.
I'm
We
gonna
got pink pig
piggyback
tree.
off of your client base as she was talking about, and as I see, like you said, you don't pay for Zillow and everything. I think you reinvest that money back into your clients, as in
I do, definitely.
Recently, and correct me if I'm wrong, you had a event for your clients.
Client appreciation.
Talk about that.
Well, this is my second year doing a client appreciation event. But I just
How
wanted
many years
to.
you been in the
This
business?
is my second year.
Oh my gosh.
Second.
We're gonna talk about that.
Second year, top producer.
But I just want to get back to them because they don't have to choose me, but they do. So what better way to get back to them but to spoil them? We make good money. So I can put some of that, the way you say, I'm not using it to buy Zillow. I'm using it to get back to them.
There you go.
That is.
Do you want a realtor that pays all their money to Zillow or gives it back?
Right.
Because we come from contribution.
Definitely. I provide value.
She gives her money back.
Yeah. My goal for next year, 2020, is one big event per quarter for my clients.
Can I talk about your goals for a minute?
Sure.
Please do.
All right. We set goals in this company.
That we do.
Right?
Yes.
If you don't set a goal, you're driving around without a destination. Okay? I can get real nerdy with all the science behind it. If you have a destination, you get there so much faster than wandering around. And this girl came in day 1 with a goal, year 1 with a goal. After year 1 was on the Agent Leadership Council, the top 20%, top 10% in the entire MLS, RAIN, Hampton Roads Realtors Association, all realtors, 8,000 realtors, okay?
Yeah, a little bit, something like that.
And every time I check in with her, let's talk about your business, let's talk about your goals. I already got that. I already hit it. She's hitting her goals. She sets her year goal and she hits it no later than the second to third quarter every single year.
It's pretty dope.
That's amazing.
It's pretty dope.
So let's talk about that cap.
Wait, before we talk about the cap, I got to piggyback off what you said, right?
You're right. Piggyback on my piggyback.
You know. So, last episode, right? We talked about goals, right? Mm-hmm. She don't have goals. She's committed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Rock with that for a minute. Explain to anybody that hasn't seen episode 2.
Last episode 2, you need to go back and watch it. But I would definitely tell you what it is. And this is what she's doing. We went to, what was it? Mega Camp. Mm-hmm. And in Mega Camp, they were saying the difference between goals and commitments. Mm-hmm. And he was saying how, say you have a child, right?
You do have a child.
Well, you do have a child. Right. When you give birth to the child, when the child come out, you're not holding that child and say, oh my gosh, my goal is to love you. Mm-hmm. You say, I'm committing and loving you. And that's exactly what she's doing. She's committed to her business versus goals. Mm-hmm. And that's powerful because it's natural doing it.
It is. When you posted, I messaged you.
It's a big difference.
That caught my attention like that. I messaged you and I was like, what did he say? What did he say? Like, that is, that's.
But because, to be honest, like, my mind's going right now, 2 years. That's amazing. What you're doing right now.
I think it's good. I think it's amazing.
You should pat yourself on the.
I think it's
give
good.
yourself a little pat.
Right.
Give yourself a little pat.
It is amazing because you're committed.
Yeah.
It's not just a goal to you. You're committed. Mm-hmm. Just like you're committed to making sure your daughter see you winning.
Yep.
Making sure your daughter.
We can make a whole episode on just that. Yes. Being a strong role model and example and setting a high standard.
Yep.
A really high
Y'all
standard.
Gonna make me cry. The network's gonna fire me.
I wanna share something. Goals and commitments.
Okay.
Right? So I'm at this leadership training up in DC, and the presenter says, "Have you ever heard of the yellow butterfly story?"
You said the yellow butterfly?
Yellow butterfly. Chase, when was the last time you saw a yellow butterfly?
I don't know.
I don't know. How about you?
I don't know.
I don't know. For me, I saw one probably a week ago because I live in my backyard and I like to pull weeds. Mm-hmm. Here's the question. If I said to you, I will give you $10,000 for every yellow butterfly you see between now and the end of the month, how many yellow butterflies are you going to see?
I'm going to see a lot.
Right. Definitely.
All of them.
Definitely.
All of them.
I'm going to see a lot.
We're going to like 200. Yeah. We're going to go find yellow butterflies.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's top of mind. It's focus. It's commitment to the yellow butterfly, to the pink tree, to the child, to your purpose. Here's the thing, and we talked about it in career night tonight. You cannot tie your purpose to a dollar sign.
No.
It will never work. If I say, how much money do you want to make? $1 million. Why?
Right.
Why? Because here's the thing. You'll be more committed to $50,000 than $1 million. $1 million, that's a dream. That's lovely. But do you need it? So do you have to have it? So do you do what you have to do to get it? If you need $50,000 to cover your household bills and make sure your child has clothes on their back and milk in the fridge and can go to school, you're going to hit the streets and knock on doors and call everyone you know to sell real estate to make sure that you can provide what you have to provide.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So that's the yellow butterfly. So if you don't have that purpose, then you're not going to have the reason to push toward it. It's not about a dollar sign. It's about a purpose.
You know, I think the book that I read, and you know we always talk about books up here.
Yes, we do.
It's called I think it's Divine Driven Purpose or Purpose Divine Driven. Amazing. Once I read that book, it's basically talking about finding your purpose in life. And once you find your purpose in life, like you just said, I'm gonna find a yellow butterfly.
Yellow butterflies. It's a new thing, man.
it It is a new thing.
Last month was hugs.
Yes.
Now we're on butterflies.
We're on butterflies.
But we speak a different language.
Yeah.
That is something that's become very relevant to me. In real estate is one thing, and Keller Williams is a whole deeper thing. We speak a different language, right? The yellow butterfly, the pink tree, the bold laws, the purpose, the big why.
Yep.
People don't know what that is.
And I feel like I'm like a part of an elite club.
Yes,
being
you
a
are.
realtor, like for real.
Yes, you are.
People don't, like you said, people don't realize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I know Terria. Yeah. It's my homie. I can call her right now.
I need 25%.
Now, let's get on that nice bedazzled KW cap.
Okay.
There we go. Bling it, girl.
I'm going to let you talk
Pop
about
it.
it.
So, how many times have you capped?
2.
How many years have you been in real estate?
2.
Say it again. Let me ask. How many times you capped?
2.
How many times you been in real estate?
What? 2.
Okay. Now, before we talk about that, we got to rewind to facts and stats.
Yeah.
Okay. I love facts and stats.
You do.
75 to 85% of people that get their real estate license are not in the business 2 years later.
That is true.
They've probably jumped ship 5 times. Give me leads, give me discounts. And there's this, you come in the middle range with an idea and a dream and a hope. And you can go up and you can go down before you're completely out, right? So
Right.
I feel like you go K-Dub, you go up.
Mm-hmm.
In the absence of value is discount. Let me say that one more time. In the absence of value is discount. So when you don't have value, you go for discounts. All right. So
I think you're speaking to me right now. But go ahead.
so I speak to real estate schools all the time, right? And I walk in, they're all in there with their hopes and their dreams, and this is going to be great, and everybody's going to want me to sell them a house. And there's 20, 30 students in the room, and I said, how's class going? Did they tell you, did you realize when you came in here they weren't going to teach you how to sell real estate? Did you realize they weren't going to tell you how to run a business? They're going to give you some law and some code sections.
Yeah, and some math.
And a whole lot of math.
A whole lot of math.
I hate the math.
And the only math you need to know is 3%.
Right.
Fastest math a realtor knows is 3%. Right? But I said, so if 75% of you guys are not going to be here in 2 years, that means, I said, look around. And this is how I get real. I said, look around. 1 in 4 of you will not be here in this industry in 2 years. And then I say, as a recruiter, raise your hand if you're that 1 in 4. And you know what happens most of the time?
What happened?
Everybody starts looking around. And I'm like, if you got, everybody raise your hand. Like, if you can't believe it, if you can't see it, you're never going to be it. Terria would have been like, right here.
It's not
I'm the one. I'm the only one.
It's a matter of being confident.
It's about being confident and competent. Yep. Competent and confident, right? So here she comes into my office, brand new licensee. I take about 5 a month, just FYI. I try to keep it to 5 because here's my math. Now, I'm a math person. I like equations. They make sense, and they give a perfect formula.
Right.
So if I go to a room full of 20 people, 75% of them will not be in the business in 2 years.
Okay.
Now, in that classroom, they got to pass a PSI, state and national exam. Half the class won't pass. They'll take it 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
I took it 4 times.
4 times, right? I think
I
we
took
have an
it
8.
3.
You took it 3. Sorry, guys. I have to say this. I took it once, and I was 20. But we have an agent that took it 17 times.
Right.
Don't let that define you.
Right.
It's a test. It has nothing to do with how you're going to run your business.
That is true.
Right? But my angle is I want the 1 in 4.
Okay.
I want the 1 in 4 that is going to succeed. And of that 1 in 4, there's 1 in 4 because 80-20 principle. 20% of the realtors in the world sell 80% of the real estate. So much is revealed by simple statistics. All right. So if the 80-20 principle is applied, 1 in 4 is what I'm looking for of the 1 in 4. right? That's a 1 in 4 of 1 in 4. 1 in 100.
Hey, Miss 1 in 4.
That's right.
1 in 4.
I have 180 agents. There are over 8,000 agents in Hampton Roads.
Yes.
1 in 100 people are extraordinary. And I believe that 1 in 100 realtors are extraordinary, and I want them all at my office.
And I believe I'm extraordinary.
You are extraordinary.
Say it again. Say it again.
Instilled in
Not
me
I
from my
believe, I
parents,
am.
So
I am extraordinary. You
I
are extraordinary.
I'm a little special.
Now let's go back to that cap.
Before you go to the cap, Cosette, you like a football coach.
Right?
I promise. Like, they're like, you know,
I'm on like round 3
Listen.
of today.
she a high college football. Listen, all y'all not gonna make it to the lead, okay? Only 2 of y'all in here gonna make it to. Only 2 of y'all gonna make it into the league. The rest of y'all need to do what y'all need to do, okay?
It's true. Look, I meet a lot of people that have talent and potential. Potential is a very dangerous word because you can have potential, but it doesn't mean you have what it takes to push through. Drive, accountability, determination. Failure's not an option. Yep. Failure's not an option for this one. She'll never fail at anything she does because it's not in her vocabulary. It's not in her fabric. It's not in her chemical makeup. You're extraordinary. And I love what you said. Your parents taught you that. Yep. My parents taught me I'm special and I'm different. Yep. And I hated it. I'm not special. I'm not different because when you're growing up, you just want to fit in.
Right.
I hated my name. My name's Cosette. I got called closet, corset, Corvette, closet, cassette tape. Oh my gosh. My elementary days, cassette tape, what's on? What's happening?
Oh.
What? Yeah. No, I mean, I was cool. Let's be clear. I was cool. And it was out of fun love, but right? And now I love my name because it sets me apart.
It's different.
Yeah.
You only know one Cosette.
Yeah.
You only know one best dressed realtor.
That is true.
Got to be 1 in a million. Forget 1 in 100. We're 1 in a million.
1 in a million.
It's a millionaire club right here.
Aaliyah. Now let's talk about this cap because we're all over the place, but I love it because it's piggybacking off of piggybacking.
That's what I love about this. We have an agenda. We print it. We don't look at it.
We never look at it.
We don't even look at it.
We never look at it.
Because that's our chemistry.
Yes. Because it's the Real Estate Chase podcast. The only thing we do is read the beginning, the Real Estate Chase podcast episode, whatever it is.
The pink tree.
And the pink tree.
And now it's the piggyback.
And now it's the piggyback.
Right. The pink piggy. Piggy banks. Ooh, piggy banks. You need to give everybody a pink piggy bank. There you go. You're welcome.
I want 10%.
I actually have something coming that's going to be pink for my clients, but I can't say just yet. Yeah.
Anticipation. I like it.
You can't release it on the Real Estate Chase podcast show?
She can release the expectation.
Oh.
No.
Cosette is like your manager right here. She cut that off quick. That was media training.
That is.
I told you she like a football coach right there.
Don't release it. Just dangle the carrot. That's what you do. You got to build. I love building anticipation. That's a thing.
Yeah, you have to.
Well, I'm gonna be watching your Instagram. Like, when is it gonna come?
Yeah.
So I can be like,
you'll see it.
Yo, Terria, that one right there. That was a good one.
You have this like guttural.
Yeah, no, it's like
it's a piece of steak in front of you.
Like
she's doing it.
Yeah, like okay, like I can't. I make up words. I can't make up a word for it. So it's just like
it's gonna be beautimous.
It's gonna be.
It
beautimous.
is. It definitely is. It's in the works.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's talk about this cap.
Okay.
For our audience that does not know what the cap you're wearing on your head signifies. Okay. Drop a little knowledge, a little clarification. That's my role here. It's like the dictionary or encyclopedia. That's me. So at Keller Williams, we have a So as tonight in career night, our career night is to educate people. It's not to sell anybody. I will tell you all day long, I'm not a salesman. Never have been, never will be. Educate, train, consult, and make the right decision for you, your family, your business, right? And Keller Williams was the right place for you. It might not be the right place for everybody. And it pains me to say that because I believe in it so much, right? The Kool-Aid is in my veins. I love Keller Williams because
the Kool-Aid is so good.
and your Kool-Aid's pink. My Kool-Aid is black and red and white. And it's all good. It's all Kool-Aid. We love it, right? So tonight we're talking to the people at Career Night, and there's 3 kinds of companies: dependent, independent, and interdependent. And so Keller Williams falls into an interdependent model, where if you've ever heard the expression, "Don't give a man a fish, teach him how to fish."
Yeah.
Right? We're all parents here.
Right.
I am not going to clean my kid's room. I'm going to teach them how to clean it. I'm going to teach them how to do things. And that is what makes our office work, because we empower. We have a big why at Keller Williams. And it took me like 2-3 years to figure out what that why was. First, it was never to need a man, right? Going through a divorce. I don't want to need a man. I want to be independent. It was all
INDEPE.
Hey,
but it was things. So there's always a moment in life where you got to get life right.
Okay.
Right? You got to get your money right.
Right.
You got to get your life right.
Right.
You got to get your marriage, your household. Yeah, you got to get life right. Get there quick. Get there quick. Get your life right quick so that you can help others get their life right. All right.
Speak on it.
And that's back to coming from contribution. So once it was like, okay, I got my life straight. You know, I had a big transition, went through a divorce, got my life right. Now, how do I help other people do that?
Yes.
How do I help other people achieve their dreams? It doesn't matter what their dream is.
My big why.
What's your big why?
Yeah.
And my big why is to empower people.
Yep.
So here we've got this cap, right? And so when you come to Keller Williams, there's a thing called equality. No preferential treatment. Now, you've never been anywhere but Keller Williams. I, in my 18 years of real estate, have been at other companies. I've been at the dependent company where I started because what? I'll give you leads. I'll give you desk duty. I was freaking like 19, 20 years old. Like, nobody's going to trust me to sell them their house. I'm a baby, right? So I need a dependent company. And then once I got my feet on the ground, I went to an independent company because I'm not going to pay you my money. I'm not giving you my money. I want 100%.
Right.
Right? So I get it. I get it. The real estate chase. I get it. I've been there. I've lived it. I've done it. And there's so many different avenues and niches, from investment properties to first-time homebuyers to listings to commercial to land to luxury. You can specialize in anything and everything if you do it properly, right? So then we come to the interdependent office, Keller Williams. And I found Keller Williams in the midst of my separation and divorce. It was a company that treated me like a business owner. I had run a law firm. I had run my real estate. I'd run a construction company. There was no way I'm going backwards. We don't go backwards.
Facts.
Right? You don't want to go backwards. So I come to Keller Williams and it's like, hold up, this is an interesting model. See, here's the ugly truth about real estate. Anybody with a broker's license can go open an office and a brokerage and be a broker owner and figure out put whatever rules in place they want.
That is true.
They can it's not something that's regulated. You can set any commission split. You can set any fees. You can do whatever you want. And I've seen it all. What I love about our company, we turn our numbers in at the end of the month. There is somebody monitoring what we do. So Boutique Bob down the street, who's he turning his numbers in?
I hope it's not a boutique Bob for real.
Well, here's where I have fun, because y'all know I'm a numbers person. I'm also a big strategist. So when I get around other brokers and I'm like, what was your production this month?
They don't know.
How many agents had closings? What's your turnover? What's your this? What's your that? What's your average sales point? What's your profit? They don't know their numbers. As a leader, they don't know their numbers. Terria knows her numbers because she's a leader. She's in an office where
8.6.
Boom, ring the bell. She knows her numbers. I can ask
8.6 if y'all didn't hear.
I can ask her any question. How many listings did you have? How many units did you close? How many buy sides? What's the percentage? What are we going to do next year? And she knows the answer, because that's how we operate here. If you don't know your numbers, you're not a business owner, right? You have to learn through your numbers. So everybody comes into Keller Williams on a preferential or a non-preferential, but equality level where everybody has the same split.
Right.
Which means everybody has the same opportunity. Now, once you've paid enough into the company to hit the cap, you cap out. You get your cap. Your first cap is red. And this is the second year. Terria capped, what, 3 weeks ago?
I requested.
She said, I emailed her. I said, hey, congratulations, you capped. Can you be at team meeting so we can celebrate you? And she goes, do I get the bling cap? Yes, ma'am. You get the bling.
You get the bling.
And I feel like I got to find a new bling cap just so there can be like, if you're 5 years plus, you get a new bling. I have men in our office that have asked for the bling cap. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, Billy, can I get the bling one? Yes. Yes, Billy, you can have the bling cap.
You can have the bling.
You've earned it. You can bling. So here's the crazy part. And not to like take over here, but so we're a big training company.
Right.
So as a manager of this company, I look at our agents in 3 quadrants. Okay. So we have the newbies, brand new, straight out of school, licensed, have no idea what they're doing. Right. So they go into one program. So when people ask me generic questions like, what's the average units your agents sell? I have to get more specific on that. New agents under 2 years, mid-level, high level, like you can't compare and contrast those. So there's that. Then there's a mid-level. Now these mid-levels are there for a couple different reasons. Number 1, you're a new agent, you're passing through, right? Number 2, you're a dual career agent. Yes, guys, we take dual career. Call me. Dual career. Hey, we have a capper, Robert Sayog, who just flips his own houses. He's an investor. He caps.
Right.
And he's full-time as a government job, right? So is it a side business? You know, and that's why the very first appointment is so important in getting to know you, because what is your purpose here? Are you looking to make a couple extra bucks?
Right.
Are you looking to retire and transist? Are you looking to leave a job? Are you a stay-at-home mom for the past 12 years and you're rediscovering yourself as a woman? These are all different situations that we have to get through and deal with to make it the most purposeful situation that you're going to have, right? So that's that midsection. And then the last one is you're stuck. You're complacent. You're lazy. You need new habits. You're tired, whatever it is, right? So then we have productivity coaching. We have different things that get you through that to get you there. And then we have the top 20. Okay, back to Pareto's principle of the 80-20. She's in the top 20, right? My job as the team leader is to coach the top 20 because it's called the law of the lid. There's a vacuum theory. If the top producer in your office, now I'm gonna hit a trigger here for you. If your goals are higher than the top producer or the broker owner or whatever the situation is, you're in the wrong house. I don't care what the discount is. And I recruited, or I didn't recruit, actually. He passed, not passed, like died, but passed on. I interviewed somebody and I knew he was a $5 million producer. Great. That's great. 23 years old. Fabulous. Pat yourself on the back. You got $100,000 in the bank. Pat yourself on the back. That's a great accomplishment. However, is that the end all be all? Do you peak at 23? Right? And so $100,000, making $150,000. And my question was, do you want to be the big fish in a small pond, or do you want to swim with the sharks?
Oh my gosh!
Like, give me a Megan Morris. Swim with the sharks.
Hey, she's a beast. I think she's out of 8,000 agents. She's what, number 16, 20 or something?
Yeah,
like that?
in the top 0.5%.
Coming.
Hey, I like that.
Victory's coming.
She
That's
coming.
right. And I love our friendly competition.
Yes.
Because everybody wins.
It's all love.
It's the law of the lid. When your top producer makes something, all of a sudden the standard rises. If our top producer was a $10 million producer, you'd be like, all right, cool, I'm there.
I'd still be like, I'm coming.
You would. But the other people would be like, okay, I'm there. I'm at the top. We got to raise the top.
Yeah.
And it brings everybody up with it.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm going to be quiet for a little bit.
No, because I keep talking, because I felt like you was talking to me for a second. Like, I was in that same position where I was at
I know I was talking to you.
Another company. I just felt stuck. Like, I'm busting out numbers, but it was just like, I'm stuck.
You can't get higher than the top.
Yeah.
The top's got to rise with you.
And to piggyback of a conversation earlier we was talking about, as in when we was in New Orleans,
Was that your first family reunion?
Mm-hmm.
And your first?
That was my first.
You were a guest. You were an agent.
It was.
How was that? Y'all's first at
the
same time in the same place.
Let's talk about that. I'm gonna tell you my experience there in the New Orleans.
New Orleans.
So it was the time where they was like, I was going through a lot. I didn't want to come. Keep it so 100 on the Real Estate Chase podcast. I didn't want to come to Keller Williams, but I went to family reunion. Didn't have no in my mind. I was like, I'm gonna just go. It was my birthday weekend, actually.
Like New Orleans birthday. New Orleans, why not?
Why not?
Right.
You know,
like Chase, come on, let's go.
And I was like, so I went to the classes, and like we talked about last episode, it's not really about the classes; it's about the conversations you have with people and everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You guys got to watch episode 2 too. But it was just like she was saying how sometimes in life, what you said earlier, you're complacent with just receiving a prize. And she used an example of a strength test. You know, when you go to the carnival, the strength test, as in you have the bell and the sledgehammer, and it has numbers 0 through 100. But once you get up there and you hit, and if you hit between 80 and 90, 99, you receive a prize. And so, but you didn't hit the bell.
Right.
So she was saying how in life, you get complacent of just receiving a prize, but never exceeding and hitting the bell. And so she was like, sometimes and then when things happen, you're all messed up in the head and you don't know what to do. And sometimes you just got to take a step back, look at the whole situation and angle and hit at a different angle and hit right. And you can hit the bell. I was like, man. And then she said, if you're living just to live and not living to your fullest potential, what are you living for? I was like, man. And so from there on out, I was like, you know what? I got to take a step back because I was complacent of just getting the prize. I got to take a step back. This is my strength test right now. And you know what? Every time what I'm going to do, and this is,
cry for me, baby. Cry for me.
do you hear that? This is why I have this bell, because every time I'm hitting the bell,
it's like your heartstrings.
Exactly. Every time I'm going past 100.
Talk to me.
I'm about to cry. I promise the network gonna take me off the show, like, because this is why I hit this bell every time, because I'm not taking the prize no more. I'm going all the way up.
There you go.
Nothing can stop him. He's all the way up.
And that was my experience in New Orleans. What about yours?
I loved it. I mean, just meeting all those different realtors from every
the relationships.
part of the earth, building relationships. I was invited to
all kinds
sit
of
at a
parties.
table to sit with some $30 million team producers, husband and wife teams. It was a couples dinner that I was invited to, and I was just like,
I seen the pictures.
Me? And it was just crazy how I got there and just how everything just come in full circle. I still stay in touch with a lot of them. I go visit them in DC a lot, and just keeping those relationships, something that I genuinely do on a regular basis anyway.
Do you feel like the world got a little smaller?
Yeah, definitely. Like I
More
said, I'm
accessible?
part of an elite club. Y'all want to
That's
join? Come to the next career night. Yeah, it's crazy. I loved it.
I loved it too.
Yeah.
I had an amazing time. Then I joined. I actually called Cosette the next day. I was like, in New Orleans. I was like, I'm ready to sign. Like, she was just basically like,
and it wasn't because of real estate.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not
it's
at all.
because it changes who you are.
Yeah.
For the better.
Yeah.
And we at career night tonight, we talked about, you put on you go to work, right? I said, who in here has a salary paid job or a commission-based job? Not one person in the room has a commission-based job, right? So anybody out there, if you work commission, sales, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. You suit up, right? Like, I'm going to go make the sale. I'm going to this, I'm going to that. Here's the thing. We never take our suit off, right?
That's true.
And what's interesting that happens, doesn't always happen, but it happens to the 1 in 4 of 1 in 4. It becomes who you are, right? So your conversations at Wawa, your conversations with people pumping gas and having dinners with people. And then you start shining and people start getting drawn to you because you don't take that suit off. It doesn't matter if you're in a pink shirt or a pencil skirt.
It doesn't
shine.
I could be dressed up or I could be looking like a bum.
That's right.
It does not matter.
That's right. And I'm going to get real nerdy on you for like 2 seconds. Getting nerdy. Your brain has an electromagnetic energy field of about 3 feet. Okay? So like your heart and who you are is 5 to 10 feet. Mm-hmm. So when people are close enough to you, they feel you before they see you. But a lot of people don't know that. It's like frequencies. They have it turned off because they're so focused on themselves, what's happening right now in my life at this time, that they don't see things. And a lot of times, people talk about how they probably missed an opportunity. Yep. You could pass by the love of your life because you weren't looking.
You better feel that vibe.
Hey!
You gotta feel that vibe. And I'm talking a 5 to 10 electromagnetic heart vibe. When you walk in a room and you feel a bad presence,
you feel it.
Yep. You feel it. You're like, I don't know what's going on, but this room is not good, right?
Or when you walk into a room and there's a seat right there and you don't sit right there because of the energy and you go around that energy.
You got to have your third eye. It's your third eye. You have to have your third eye open.
Whoa.
I'm serious. Pause. It's real.
Oh, man. The real estate chasers is really getting real right now. I definitely love that one. The piggyback off of piggybacking, you were saying how, that suit never comes off, right? So, your viral video. Right? I love it.
Which one?
The one that I love. The one where it just shows your whole day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You was featured.
Yeah.
That was
in it.
I was her assistant.
Yes,
in the video.
And first the reason
I was a good assistant.
The reason why I said your suit never come off, your suit never came off, but you showed your whole day as in you worked
the realtor life.
Yeah, realtor life. Yeah. And you worked all day. You went home. You ate. You
met my hubby.
Yep, met your hubby. Shout out to him.
Put a soul sign in.
Put the baby to bed.
Put your baby to bed.
And I created the visuals for each and every part of that video. Oh. Again, very creative.
Hey.
I thought it was a very true and transparent version.
It was.
Sometimes dinner with the hubby's on the schedule.
It's on the schedule.
My hubby knows
on the schedule. It doesn't exist.
At 10 o'clock, I'll be home. Yeah. He's making me pork chops. Yeah. Right? So it becomes a lifestyle.
Yep.
And your children know it. But if you do it the right way, they respect it and they admire you and they look up to you. And your little mini-me, I feel like we need a KW. She's like a mascot now.
Yeah.
She's literally like she's in the office. Like, excuse me. Right. She knows her way around.
She goes right to the title and gets her chocolate.
She just
muffin.
Needs to be put on the roster. She's got the profit share. Like, it's all happening.
And back to the visual. The visual was just so dope. And it was like at the end of it, like you flopped on the bed like you was tired, but it was still.
But it was conquer.
Yeah.
Yes.
It wasn't I'm dead.
Yes.
Which is probably a little bit more of like, oh, that's gonna be me tonight. Like, oh my gosh, I made it. But it was I conquered my day. Yeah. I succeeded today. I can take it off now. I can strip it down now. But I did it to the best of my abilities.
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance that?
You don't. You just make it happen. I mean, you're not a woman, Chase, so you honestly wouldn't understand what women go through to make things happen. But we just
women rule the world if you didn't know.
Happen we just do it effortlessly. We do it whether we're tired, whether we're hungry.
Baby's got to be fed. Clothes got to be folded.
We just do it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have a women round table with Chase Womack on a podcast.
Oh, I don't know if he'll survive.
I just want to know because I mean, honestly, I say to everybody, this is a women's business. Like, no disrespect, but like y'all out there getting it. Like, I talk to a lot of agents that MLS, RAIN number is like 454 or something like that.
There's some beasts out there.
Yeah, and that they've been there for years.
Well, I've read this before. I don't know how much of a fact this is, but the average quote unquote realtor is like a white woman in her 50s or something like that, right? Like
50-year-old white woman,
which is
that statistic.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what you said is on point.
It's shifting though, and that's why not just Keller Williams, we are the real estate company of today and tomorrow, but like our office specifically, we have a vibe, we have a culture, we have an energy.
Definitely.
It's very progressive, it's very modern, it's very trendy, it's very today. And so I told people this morning, my goal is to raise tomorrow's realtor today.
Mm-hmm.
In today's world, tomorrow's world, and the next, today. Instagram, all of that. You know, today's modern woman and mother, empowering women, fathers, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a sex thing, but the age is going to start tipping from the 50 to the 40 to the 30.
Especially with social media.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what? Our training's so good here. If I can toot our horn.
Toot.
I get broker calls, I get complaint, you know, the troubleshooting, I wouldn't say complaints, but the troubleshooting and the conflict resolution lands on my plate. I would put my agents that have been in 2 years, 3 years, take a Megan 5 years, up against people that call and say, I've been doing this for 30 years. My agents run circles around them.
That's true.
They do.
That's true.
They run circles around them.
And I don't know if I say this, but I'm going to say it because it's the real estate chase.
What?
Those agents don't really know how to run the business. They're still chasing that deal. Like with Terria over here, it's like she's doing everything. Mm-hmm. She's building a brand. Mm-hmm. Those 30-year... They're
still in a traditional company, giving up whatever percentage forever with no cap.
She got a pink tree right here. Like,
right.
Mm-hmm.
That's powerful. Those agents, and no disrespect to those agents, because I love those agents. I love talking to them over the phone. I talk to them for 30, 40 minutes. But it's just like, when I'm listening to them, they're still stuck.
Stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a groove concept. Yeah. So if you picture, I'm a huge visual person. You guys know that. If you picture a record, right? Now we're going to age ourselves. A record. And what happens when the record's done playing? Right? It gets stuck in a groove.
Right.
I'm not that old, so I don't know.
Getting, she's like, Shazam. Getting out of the groove is so hard because you fall back in, you know? And I'm on committees at Hampton Roads Realtor Association. I'm actually in 2020 going to be the president of the YPN committee.
Hey,
call me. So YPN, it's your professional network, young professional. So it's not, people have a misconception about an age limit, but it's just about bringing up the next generation. Mm-hmm. And what do we complain about all the time? Like, I've been doing this for 18 years. When we sold real estate even 10 years ago, if you asked for a home inspection, shame on you
and stuff. Yeah, I've heard about it.
Holy crap! Like there's a contingency on this deal. Are you insane?
Right.
Denied. Right? Like just out trash. Like right now, we wouldn't let our clients buy a house without a home inspection. Right?
Yep.
Also, it was understood when you moved in a house, you got to paint, you got to clean, you got to wash walls, you got to work, you got to do stuff.
You got to wash baseboards. That's crazy. I feel like I'm old.
And nowadays,
I remember that.
The buyer's like, "Oh, the outlet cover's cracked, dude. 33 cents at Home Depot. Come on, we're not writing that on the PICRA, right?" But so the new buyer, over 40% of our buyers are millennials. Mm-hmm. Millennials have not been taught how to work with their hands to homes and laborists and all that. Now they have different skills. We're in a technological era, definitely. Right? So they speak a different language. Yeah. They do things differently, and it's good for the economy because they are not going to fix their home. They are not going to paint their home. They're going to hire people, not to throw a plug out there, but for your husband, call me. Yep. I'll come take care of all your home, needs, right?
Construction.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Boom. Right? So it's not everything is a double-edged sword. It's not a bad thing. It's a transitional thing in our industry where people want to walk in and be able to lick off the floor of the house they just bought. Like, I'm sorry, did you put in the contract that it was professionally cleaned?
Even if
then
they're
you
spending
can't be
only $150.
right.
Pause.
And but did you put in the contract that the home was to be professionally cleaned? Did you put in the contract that the carpets were to be clean?
Right.
You can't be mad about that.
That is true.
But it's when you've been in the business long enough to see these different transitions and these different trends. And again, it's not a bad thing because now they're putting it back into the economy and they're employing people with craft skills.
Right.
So it's a good thing.
Right. I agree. But back to this cap, though, I did it in 3 months. That was my goal.
Ring the bell.
Again, confidence, not cocky. Please don't get it confused. But 6 months last year, so my goal was to cut that time in half. Did it in 3 months. Proud of myself.
Right. Absolutely. And you talked about, going and hitting the thing and hitting the bell, whatever. The bell is the cap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to get to the cap. Now, back to the 3 quadrants. When you're coming in as a new agent, our split, our cap, can somebody beat us? Yeah. All day long. If you're only selling 2 houses a year, which by the way, statistically, according to NAR, is the average that a realtor does.
Right.
2 deals a year.
I'm not average.
The average price point is 200,000, 250.
Right.
Now, I cause pause to that because the average sales point in Hampton Roads 250, but the average for a new agent is 200 or less. Because as your business grows, so does your price point. Miss 500,000, right?
Proud of myself.
Best yet, not stopping there, right? So everything increases. So if you consider $6,000 as your 3% typical commission in your first year or two, and you do 2, that's 12,000. Then sure, somebody can beat us.
Yeah.
Because we're not meant for average. We're not meant for that. You're meant to come through that. When you get on the other side of the cap, we have a joke. Your first 100,000 is the hardest to make. After that, your second 100,000 is easy.
Right.
And how crazy is that thought? Hey, 200,000 is easier to make than 100.
That's a fact. Well, before we end the show, let's shout out our sponsors. House Dealer.
Woohoo!
We want to thank them again for episode 3. What should we name it? Piggyback? Pink Tree?
Pink Tree Piggyback. And
Pink Tree Piggyback.
She's the creative one.
Piggy.
I'm facts and stats.
Wait, I have to ask you this question.
What?
I ask everybody this question that comes on the Real Estate Chase podcast show. How did real estate change your life?
It changed it, like she said, in regards to empowering others. So, my husband used to work at Newport News Shipyard. Now he works for himself.
Too self-employed.
Wait, tell him what he does.
He's a contractor.
Self-employed.
Yes.
He's a contractor. He does a lot of PICRAs for people in the office. And it was a blessing for me to be able to say, you can leave that and do what you want to do. Because before he joined the shipyard, he had his own construction business for 7 years. So go ahead and stop working for somebody else. Work for yourself.
How powerful was that moment?
I'll pay the bills until the meantime, until it jumps off, and it jumped off. And
power team.
Now we are a power couple,
And
if that's what you want to call us.
Power couple.
And they look good too.
Yeah, I seen them on HGTV.
They look good too.
He looks good.
Y'all gotta watch that episode on HGTV. Can they pull it up?
Oh yeah, Chesapeake House Hunters. Just Google it, YouTube it.
Chesapeake House Hunters.
You'll see my face.
Her face.
You'll see my face on it.
How can they reach you?
They can reach me on Instagram, Best Dressed Realtor, or you can send me a friend request on Facebook only if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, because I do screen my Facebook request. Terria Hills.
Strategy.
Yeah.
Systems.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Much. You have anything to close us out with?
I feel like I've talked enough.
We talked a lot. Oh, wait, we forgetting. What book are you reading or listening to?
What is it called? Profit something?
Profit something.
Profit First? Profit First?
I think it is Profit First.
That sounds familiar.
Okay, yeah. It might be Profit First on Audible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Work smarter, not harder.
Well, again, episode 3 Real Estate Chase. Shout out to Taste Media. We definitely appreciate them. This was a great episode.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for.
Yeah, you know.
Look, I'm a fan.
And brought the tree.
I'm gonna take my
and brought the tree
out of here.
But definitely, to the next time. We love y'all. Appreciate it.